Jack Thunder and the Fragments of Anima. Book 4. Earth. Interlude 2. Quaking Earth. Adamant drew the axe from his back. Terra glowed with a deep green light as the branches that formed its handles slithered around his arms like snakes. He stared deep into the ravine. Without warning, a sea of white eyes appeared and burst forth. The wendigo wasn't done just yet. It dug its tendrils into the ground, planting itself as not to be cast into the fissure again. Grotesque, tree-like structures sprung up from the ground. Immediately, Adamant knew what these were. These constructs were something the wendigos learned about by draining dryads. The tree people had special powers that caused trees to burst forth from the ground. These trees would serve to heal them and enhance their powers. That was what these constructs were doing, except they were born not from earth magic, but from the powers of Null. Fortunately for Adamant, Terra did just the same for him. His wounds healed themselves as he stood before the wendigo. Faster than a hurricane, he swung it at the constructs, hacking them to pieces. The foul beast roared and shrieked, shrinking back as each one was destroyed. It was no use. For every construct destroyed, the wendigo would generate 2 more. That's when he heard a shrill whistle right next to his ear. Altairia! The kitsune launched herself at the wendigo. She was much faster than Adamant, slashing through the false trees with Yuki, the flaming katana that she wielded. As soon as the fire fragment touched them, they burst into flames. The wendigo shriveled up as the tree constructs burnt into ash. New ones did not grow in their place. Seeing his chance, Adamant swung Terra over his head. It hit the ground so hard that the earth quaked beneath them. It split in half where Terra landed, the crack rushing straight towards the wendigo. Its tendrils snapped off as the ground opened wide beneath it. It shrieked as it fell, and the very land itself sealed shut around it, swallowing it whole. Adamant looked around. The wendigo was gone, but the land was still ravaged, completely drained and bearing scars left and right. He flipped Terra around, placing the handle on the ground. It glowed a soft green, roots planting themselves in the ground. The glow spread up Adamant and Altairia's bodies, healing their wounds. It spread to the land itself, restoring it with its powerful healing magic. When the glow faded, the world that surrounded them had been restored. It was still roughened from the battle, but all signs of anima depletion had faded away. Shades of gray were replaced with the soft colors of evening. The stars twinkled in the sky above them once more. Adamant's gaze darted around, looking for any more wendigos to fight. When it became apparent that there were none left, he turned to Altairia. "Thank you for saving me back there." She turned around, sheathing her sword. "Thought you could use some help. These things inherit any power they drain, and I already knew that dryad magic was weak against fire. It was a good thing you have that axe of yours with you." "Those things get stronger and smarter every time we fight them." Adamant shook his head. "The heart of darkness is growing desperate. You saw what happened to San. One of those monsters straight up tore his cheek open." He took a deep breath. "Anima knows what'll happen when the time comes to face the heart of darkness." Altairia wished she knew what to say. When she first met Adamant, he was so self-assured. The war had taken a heavy toll on him, as it did on all of them, just living from battle to battle, all the while struggling with cold, hunger, and pain. Even Altairia had to admit that it all had dampened her inner flame. She just hoped that what was left of their fighting spirits would last long enough so they could complete their mission. She sat next to him, taking a moment to watch the stars. It was then she realized there was no going back. If they gave up now, they would only assure their deaths. The whole world was relying on them. A lesser being would have crumbled under the pressure, but it made Altairia's spirit burn even brighter. she wouldn't give up, and knowing Adamant, neither would he. Hi there, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like more from our friend Jack Thunder, you can check out my new book series, Jack Thunder and the Fragments of Anima, on Amazon using the link in the description. Or you can head on over to my Teespring and grab a few things from my shop. And please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content every week. Thank you for watching.